Hello and welcome to the Football Manager server. My name is Muzz and I have a confession to make. I had a bit of a nightmare. What we usually do with these videos is we try and give you an end of season recap, end of summer transfer window recap, beginning kind of halfway point to the beginning of the January transfer window, end of the January transfer window if there's anything notable, and then an end of season review. We have missed the end of season review video and the end of the summer transfer window for the 28-25-26 season. So we're going to talk just quickly about that. As you can see, Man U, Leeds and Sunderland were still the same clubs. Man U finished champions, as I suspected. Leeds doing brilliantly to get into 4th. And Sunderland, a great season, 54 points, first season back in the Premier League. I'd have taken that at the beginning of the season, and we've done it. And as you can see, the notable relegation candidates here. I'll talk to you about my transfer business this season. At the end of the transfer window, it was spent some big money. As you can see, a lot of money was spent. We're starting to up the transfer expenditure as you would expect for being, a Premier League club. Let's see any notable incomings, outgoings. Right, so Paulo Silva, I will get on to him in a minute. Probably one of my signings of the season. He has been immense, and look at that, 3.9 million. Fantastic little player. He has some great ability, and he has, done very well playing for me. Morato was my big signing, one of my big signings. Centre back, very powerful, very strong in there. Some great stats. Look at the heading, marking, passing, positioning, good pace. Could do a wee bit better with acceleration, but looks my highest valued player, as you would expect. William Goebbels, if you played FM before, you'll have known about this boy, and he's not as good in this FM. I got him on a free, and I will probably look at him to sell him on once he comes back. Could get me a tidy profit. Then another big signing, Stephen Mass, a new gen, who is a wonder kid, apparently. You look at the big one. He is a striker, is finishing at 18, and the composure is 14. He is massive, 195 centimeters. He has been doing well for me as well, and hopefully he will be a Sunderland player for years to come. Then we have Oriol, who is a Barcelona fullback. Good player. Good potential. We've got him on loan if it shows up. If not, we'll just go there. Yeah, good potential. I was looking at him to replace Bernas, but as we will see, Bernas has been playing fantastically well. Another big signing, Arp, who's been causing it. Looks an incredible player. Look at the finishing. I am playing him out on the left, cutting in with the right, inside forward, and he's been doing bits there. He is my top goal scorer at the minute with 10 goals. Another new gen here, Neil Godfrey, a quality player again, English, which is something that I've not really done for an English club, which I should be looking more into if I'm trying to get into Europe. So he has done, again, another player who's done very well since he's come in. Some great stats. You look at the passing, you look at the vision, the technique, first touch. He's got good pace. He's got good stats all around there. Another new gen. We're in that stage, and it was from Liverpool. Again, this boy is coming, crossing 19. He's actually not got as many assists as I would have liked. He's been getting some goals, Notable outgoings. Let's see. Jared Bowen went out for 20, which was a ridiculous figure to get that for Jared Bowen. Jedra Williams, yeah, needed rid of him. Asian left back. Mila Hinderlink, This was a boy I bought all the way back in League One, and we made a tidy profit on him. I had to take that. We actually sold one of the new gens that I got back in the Championship for, again, we signed him in free and got 24 million for him. We sold the right back that I signed last season. Didn't really do it for me, and yeah, I think he's at a level that he should be at. Ryan Ledson should be remembered by the Sunderland faithful as a legend because he helped us get here. Just unfortunately couldn't make the step up, and I put Ryan Brewster out on loan. Got a few players out on loan that you'll know: Angel Gomez, Owen Goebbels. But that's me, and now I will talk about. There's been a lot of talking by me. Talk about what has been happening this season. I am sixth, and you will see I have been doing rather well. My board wants me to avoid relegation. I'm going to do that. It's going to happen unless there's an absolute capitulation. So it did not start off the best for me, however. We lost our first 3 games, which Arsenal and Man City away, you'd say yeah. But then there's Bournemouth in there at home, which was a poor game. But then, as you can see, in the league, we went on a 11-match unbeaten streak with some good draws in there. We got an away draw at Liverpool, big game against Newcastle. We won that rivalry. We won that game, that derby game. Again, Carabao Cup, not a priority, but I would like to do better. We beat Everton, which was huge. We beat Tottenham, which was huge. We drew away at Leeds. And then we came up against Man U. And then we had a little bit of a slump again. Aston Villa didn't have a manager, so we shouldn't have lost there. Chelsea just dominated us. But we're back. We've bounced back. We have bounced back with a few notable results here. So hopefully we can keep it going. Again, looking just to stay in the Premier League. Obviously, if there is a chance I can get Europe, which there is at the moment, I will be aiming to get that. But that is how my season is going. Alright, I'm going to bring in the other 2, and then we will discuss their seasons.
Chucky.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we both doing?
Absolutely fantastic. That wasn't sarcastic.
Good. Right, sure. You don't need to go over last season because I went over last season.
Right.
Just talk to me about your summer transfer window. First.
So, as you know, I had quite a lot of money to spend with Jonathan David going out. So I had like an extra 60 mil in my transfer budget, and I ended up going for a couple of players. Xavi Del Rosen, who is a winger, I think previously played at Lyon. I mainly just got him because I thought it would be a good idea to play him out on the right, maybe cut in, play a few crosses in. He's got a great crossing stat. And in terms of certain midfield players, I got in Michael Cuisance for £84 million.
A lot of money, yeah.
That is the most I've ever played for a player in this save. He's got great stats for a centre midfielder, just all round great player. He's done really well this season. Although I probably might have overspent, arguably, but I'm happy with that transfer. I think I didn't really have any big players going out, just a couple of subs.
Yeah.
But I got pretty decent money for them.
You certainly did. So how has your season been going?
Rotten.
Rotten.
No, I mean, a bit like last season. I'm doing rubbish now, but it's definitely possible for me to jump up the table, get in the European places again. That's my target.
Well, you're through in your Champions League group, so...
Yes, I mean, definitely that's something to look forward to. I just need to sort my tactics out for the league.
You're on a bit of a winless run in the league. You've not won in 4 games.
Yeah,
In fact, 5 games.
All it nights is like a win and then maybe another win after that, and then the boys' morale, or the morale of the boys will just shoot up, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Right, looking at your transfer business.
Yeah, so after last season, I decided I wanted to have a transition. Start to build a younger side. Because a lot of those guys that were successful last year, I don't know how long that would last. So I sold a number of players, including McCrory, Brilla Louise, sold them for 98 million. Sold David De Gea, sold Yuri Tielemans, and I've made about £305 million from that. And then I spent about 280 worth on players to make the side younger. So I bought a young Brazilian striker for 17 million, a young goalkeeper for 32.5. Bought Jude Bellingham for 40 million, Jonathan Romano from Wolves, 18-year-old Belgian centre back who I'm trying to play left back, bought for 23 million. Bought another Brazilian midfielder for 19 million. Bought Cesar Gomez from my old club, so it's the second time I bought him this save, for 34.5 million. And I got another couple of English youngsters as well. Archie, I bought a Poku, I think how you say it, and an Osborne. Just the whole rationale was just to try and make the team younger, so it could last a wee bit longer, build a bit of a dynasty.
Aye, and how's your season been going?
Well, I changed up the tactics a little bit as well. We really didn't play brilliantly at the start of the season, but we were unbeaten for a while. Although I wasn't pleased with the performances, culminated in us finally getting beat at Arsenal. We got beat 3-0, got a good stomping. But then after that, we started playing our football was a lot better. We've had wins against Man City and Liverpool since then. Just recently beat Leeds, beat yourself as well. So it's went well. We're first now. We've got a good wee gap, but still plenty of time to go. 18 games left. So.
It's the tightest I think we've seen the certainly the top half of the table.
I would agree.
I mean, between second and 12th, there's 10 points in it.
Which in a way is benefiting me, because what my Man U team were really good at since I took over is beating the teams I'm expected to beat. My record against big teams hasn't been superb, to be honest. That means I beat Liverpool for the first time since I took over Man U this season. So I think that's why I've got a bit of a gap, because it is so tight with all the other teams, because they're taking points off each other.
Right. You certainly look like you're about to run away with the league.
I hope so. It'd be lovely.
Well, it's interesting because this is the first time I've seen the where it says goals, average ratings, and all that. And it's nice to see a few of my players up there. Big Simon has the most clean sheets in the league. Bernas up there with most assists. Art up there with most player of the matches, joint with Neves and Greenwood. So it's going to be an interesting. I mean, I predict Man U win the league again, and then we will see what happens with Sunderland and Leeds. I mean, right now it is a very tight race for the European spots. I think you can see the top 5 starting to assert their dominance again.
Chelsea hasn't happened in a while.
No, Chelsea have been moving upwards as well. So we will see. It's an interesting season.
Let's also mention Klopp. Final year of his contract.
So Stuart is a Liverpool fan and is desperate for the Liverpool job. So we will see if that happens. I mean, if Klopp doesn't win anything again this season, then it could be curtains. But
it
could be, and it looks unlikely that he'll win the title. So, and he's out of the Champions League, so it's not looking good. Yeah,
a nightmare.
Absolute nightmare. Tell you what, Burnley have to be the worst team we've seen come up. They only have 5 points out of 20 games.
Oh wow, they're a yo-yo club at this point.
Yeah, they really are.
So Fulham, they've been up and down quite a number of times.
They certainly have. Right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Right, so that is the video. A lot to go through there. Apologies we didn't have it. It's my fault. I didn't, put down my foot and say no, we need to do a video, we need to record here, because I was just having too much fun really. I mean, you look where my Sunderland team are. I've got the youngest squad in the league. Going forward into the January transfer window, I've already got another player coming in, another young player for cheap, another South American boy, which seems to be my market at the minute. But if you like what you see, if you want to keep watching these videos, please subscribe, please ring the bell, do all that good stuff, and any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much.